You know, Elliot, all this sport jiu-jitsu stuff, grabbing the gi and stuff, that just doesn't translate to self-defense because the guy's not always wearing a jacket. So I like to always work stuff that'll work no gi as well.
Right.
Only no gi.
Right. Well, that's one approach. I haven't heard you talk like that before, but we'll go with it. So we often hear when people are talking about self-defense in jiu-jitsu that a lot of moves are unrealistic, they're just for sport. But what's often overlooked there is that a lot of people do wear jackets many places in the world, or even just t-shirts, and those can be used against the opponent. And in particular, when someone stands up and you don't have a lot of control over them, being able to use their clothing against them is just one very valuable added tool. So the first technique we're going to take a look at in what we refer to as the winter guard, because if people are wearing jackets, it's definitely going to at least happen in the winter. First, just to understand some things about how we control the gi in general. I can grab any part of the gi, I can grab anything I want, but the strongest controls are when I grab the collar, specifically at or above the collarbone. If I grab here, it moves around way too much. There are some moves where I will want to be loose, so I have a lot of slack, but generally I want to be pretty high because now I have control over his posture, similar to what I would want or have in a self-defense situation. I have, if he wants to come into me, I can actually keep him away with it here, and as we'll see, we have a lot of attacks. As we get into more of the broader or more advanced winter guard concepts, we will get into positions like this collar sleeve where we're holding some part of the sleeve, the collar, and with foot on the hip really stretching them out. The other leg can be parrying their other arm, or if we wanted in a self-defense context, hitting. So we're going to learn how to apply or how to use the collar against our opponent in a number of different ways. The first one, so again, safety is first. He goes to hit me, forget the collar, we're here, we're holding him down here. Okay? But when we have him down, we can start establishing a grip on the collar. Okay? So generally for what the attacks we're looking at, if my left hand is grabbing his collar, I want it on my right side of him. So I'm just going to pop his head through here. Yeah, try to posture up.
Yeah.
This allows me to keep his posture down fairly well, and we'll talk about what happens if it can't. Okay. Now, once I have him down, notice we're basically in the same situation we would be here. Now, if he's really insistent on coming up, this other hand is going to either go thumb inside the collar, or if there's not much space because I'm holding tight, I grab the material behind his neck. Now, particularly when he's trying to lift up, I resist that. That makes him want to push up more. And then I release his head. Let's rotate. I release his head and loop the second hand over top here. Now, my finish is bringing my knees to my chest and a few vital, subtle details. Bring your shoulder blades together. And then most common thought people have is that you're trying to grind the throat. And that can work. But it's not reliable when even someone who's my size just flexes their neck, right? It's not going to happen. But if I pull my elbows to the ground, it's using my biggest muscles. It's using my lats to finish him. So we come in super deep, or rather we're dealing with strikes. He goes to hit, boom. Once he's down, instead of going right for the neck, I could go right for the collar because posture up right now. Even before I get that grip, I control his head. I control his posture. Now we're here. A few things on the grip. The deeper, generally, the better. You don't want to go so far back that your wrist hurts, but I will actually go so far back on occasion. There are two styles of choke that my wrist is bent back. Now, I'm holding here while I'm still controlling that arm. If he tries to sit up to hit me, here, boom, I unloop. Once I unloop, I bring my elbows together here. Now my knees come to my chest, and there are a few considerations. If he's on my side like this, then instead of using both elbows coming to the ground, my right forearm is more going to hold him in spot, while my left arm does more of a lawnmower motion like so, pulling to the side. So we're here, here. If his head is more over me, it's going to be shoulder blades. If he's a little more to this side, it may end up being a little more trachea with the top arm. But generally, it's pretty hard for him to go to that side in this instance. It's very easy for me to pull him down here. So,
Honestly, if you pulled a little bit harder and held for a little bit longer, I'd be unconscious. So the people who are saying, yes, but I could hit him,
Right.
maybe once.
Right.
Probably not twice.
Right. There are things we can do, even though the choke is that powerful, even though I didn't add in or we haven't mentioned some of the more powerful details, I can still be conscious. Again, this jiu-jitsu awareness teaches us how to be aware of where their body is. So let's move back a bit.
so we're here, same situation. Stefan goes to hit, boom, we protect. I wrap him up here. I look to get a collar grip here. Okay. Now I'm here, I'm holding him down tight. He tries to push up. Okay. When he does, I unloop here. Now, say he wants to hit me. Okay. As he goes to hit, go ahead. Notice I can use my arms to defend. It does weaken my choke, but I make sure I'm not hit. 1, 2, go to hit. Similarly, I can use my knees like a no-gi spider guard. Okay. So, that said,
You're in a fight. You're going to get hit. For anyone who's thinking about, oh, but that's not a good idea because you'll get hit. Yeah, fighting's not a good idea because you'll get hit. What I want, if I'm going to take that risk, is always to mitigate it, but to be in a position where whatever path I'm pursuing is going to end the fight. Does that make sense?
Yes, and also the hits that I'm going to be able to deliver
Right.
from here
Right.
are not like the hits I'll be able to deliver from here.
It's
This
true.
is a fight ender. This will make you mad.
And so the only counter argument there then becomes weapons, which we can talk about in a much larger context, maybe in a different conversation.